All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Hajime no Ippo, episode 43.
And we had one of the wholesomest episodes ever last episode.
Yes.
Which was amazing.
It was so sweet.
Umezawa, you're wonderful.
Yeah. Like, it was so perfect to bring back a character that was introduced in the beginning and to showcase how much they've grown, how much time has passed, and how much Ippo's influence on people stretches beyond boxing. And yet, a lot of it is because of boxing.
Right.
Like that's a really special thing for a story that could have been just, a sports story with, kind of a focus on the competitive, kind of progression of the whole thing.
But it's the heart here that really makes it special.
Yeah.
So, now we're on to hopefully fighting AG, maybe eventually.
Eventually.
How long it'll take
I feel
to
like
get
he
to that
needs to
point?
work up a little bit more to that. I feel like he has to kind of get back into kind of the flow of things a little bit, and then maybe they'll plan out a fight or kind of a path towards AG.
Sure.
Because I think AG wants the fight just as much as Ippo does at this point. Like, if he had a fight to go out on, I think he feels like it's a win-win for him, because either he showcases that he's still got the stuff, and then either he retires, or he loses and then he passes the torch on to someone worthy.
Yep.
So, cool stuff, y'all. So without further ado, let's get into this. Just realized we've had this OP for a while, and I feel like we've gotten everything from it, But, then you see that trophy, and him, battling towards it.
Right. Well, and was it a trophy or was it a crown?
Ah, good point. I think it could have been either one, yeah. I want this only. Madhouse.
Oh boy. Why?
Sounds continue.
Those are some solid hits.
Oh my god. Okay, he's in tip-top shape. All right. Huh. Right, so he did have a match prepped, right?
All right.
Awesome. The Speed Star. Fuji, A. Oh, National Report. That was fast. A lot of stats there. Well, he's excited to see his favorite up-and-coming boxer.
Yeah.
Whoa. Date and new guy. Whoa, that's cool.
Okay.
Ha! Oh.
Really?
Huh. Oh my god. Yeah, there's no style in it at all. He's just quick. Ah. Ah. Oh. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Music helps him keep rhythm. What the heck? What is going on?
Ippo's doing a good job of matching the moves.
That was amazing. Like, what was even that? Like, he was doing something, and then Kimura started matching him, maybe, and then, like...
Or doing weird stuff because he knew Ippo would match him.
Sure. Yeah, there you go. Weird. He lives in the adrenaline moment of when things are like so close to pain and yeah. Whoa. Jeez.
Because they say he hits harder than pretty much anybody. Yeah.
Wow. Cool. I mean, it's against, you know.
Barfmichi, but
yeah,
still. He's in dodge mode, basically. So he can't do anything else, yeah. Yep.
Sun Tzu.
Watching the eyes.
Huh. Aww. Huh? Oh! Yeah!
And they've got more room in the pouch.
Alright.
That's right.
Shoes. Yeah, boots,
Nice.
yeah. Same color scheme. Looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're boxing shoes, so dang. Wow. Oh. You have so many people in your corner, Ippo!
Yeah. I wonder if the shoes will need to be broken in for the match. Probably not, but...
No, I think the main thing is that's why they go up so high, is that they can get really tight, so...
Sure.
You know.
Alright.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh.
That looks like he's taking some aura kind
Yeah.
of. Like invisible exploding punches. They're so fast, you know. All right. Weighing in. Ah, it starts in the mind. Ippo's stern face is actually pretty intense.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh my god.
He's a thick boy.
Yes! 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 Oh, and there he is! Now he's gonna be like,
Yeah.
Domo. Yes!
Pound me hard.
He just won the mental battle right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Like,
Oh boy.
ah, here it is. And he's fighting an outboxer, which means it's going to be a drawn out match, which
Yeah,
means
this will be interesting.
yeah. Yeah. Huh. He's got a camera.
Taking pictures for publicity.
Might also be, you know, for reference. Eh. Ah! Oh, he missed the opportunity. Oh!
Alright, the music's starting.
Yeah! Down, 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 down.
Yeah, because he distracted him and he made him remember why he's doing the fight and everything. It's, yep.
I like it, though, because the idea that Makunouchi is restless, that same restlessness is in his opponent, but it's something that he's honed into a weapon.
Right. Yeah, he's focused it.
Right. Hey!
Oh boy.
Oh, guess who's here?
Oh boy.
All right. Yeah, because he still punches fast. It's not just him dodging quickly.
Yeah.
He's going to have quick jabs.
Yep.
He's like, ooh, that's exciting.
Alright, you had my curiosity, but now you have my erection.
Yeah. He has a little bit of lad in him, you know? He's got that little bit of that.
The ones that really get me jazzed.
Yeah. All right, we're here. We're going. Wow.
Okay.
Nice. Now the crowd is gonna start.
Uh-huh.
Because they're on Saeki's side.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Oh, he's taunting him now. He's dropping his guard. Oh, wow. Oh. Jeez, he's fast. Oh, okay.
I think that was intentional to basically be like,
how
that's what it feels like,
right.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yep.
So when's he gonna set
This
things
is a
on his
foreplay.
tempo here? Oh, here we go. What?
Wow.
What? Oh my god. Oh, so he's just gonna keep getting more and more jazzed by this, and oh, this is gonna get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
He's going faster now. I wonder if clinching actually might be the technique here.
I don't know if he could even manage a clinch, though.
Well, like, if Saeki goes in for the punches, right? Maybe he would have a chance.
Maybe?
Oh my god.
Wow. No, you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's disheartening. Yeah, that's actually a bit ridiculous. I want to have a bird's eye view looking at it from behind it or above, because like when someone moves that fast, it's amazing, like the speed, you know, but it's the acceleration that's usually the thing that freaks me out.
Right. Yeah, because in order to do that, they have to
have that
instantly,
explosive, and
yeah.
like they talked about it, he has a spring, you know, he has basically the ability to send the signal to his muscles extremely quickly and, you know, with extreme
and set up
amounts
his
of
body so that it's already
energy.
kind of moving, and
Right.
then just direct it.
Yeah. Which is, like... God, I just trying to imagine... Like, I imagine the idea of how it would feel like to put so much power into a punch...
Oh, yeah.
that it would just, like, you know, destroy my arm, basically.
Uh-huh.
But the idea of using explosive, quick energy to move like that... No idea. I have no, like, mental idea how you do that. It doesn't...
Yeah.
It just does not make sense.
But that would be so cool.
That would be so freaking cool.
Just can't touch this.
Right, because I could apply that to the sport I'm in, but, like, it just...
It's like he's fast.
Wow.
I mean, I know he's the Speed Star, so he's supposed to be fast.
Right,
but
right.
Wow.
And you know, he's a recently introduced new character, so we're not super invested in his emotional journey or what
Right.
have you as a character or anything. But the idea of him being basically the complete opposite of Ippo, but being insanely good at that specific thing that he's, you know, completely different in Ippo than being, it kind of reminds me of Miyata in a weird way. Because while Miyata was also an outboxer, the thing about Miyata was that he would basically be the waterbender to Saeki's airbender.
Sure.
You know? The thing is that I always imagine Miyata as being the opposite of Ippo, but it's really
It's really Saeki.
It's really Saeki, and that speed is something that's still strength. Like if you want to talk like
superpowers, you know, like the person with super speed versus the person with super strength person is done. They're done.
It's so crazy to think about people being able to do this, because usually in kind of an anime or even just in any kind of sports entertainment thing, the physicality of it is slightly exaggerated, just a little bit. And I would say a little bit more so in the anime sense, because you've got the animation blurring and all that kind of stuff there.
Yeah.
But the idea that people can do this doesn't really surprise me. It's more of a thing of like, oh, right, there are people that can punch like Ippo.
Mm-hmm. And there are people
that's-
that can move like Saeki.
And there are
like,
people that can move like Saeki.
Yeah.
And that's just like,
Yeah. The
Yeah.
reality is stranger than fiction. The kind of
Yeah.
things that people do sometimes, like, because, well, normal people wouldn't be able to do that, maybe. There are freaks of nature out there that just, their body works in ways that just doesn't even make sense.
Don't make sense.
And they can do things that just make your eyes melt. Like
you've done like deadlifts, you've done all kinds of things that require like a lots of strength, right? But like you know kind of the mechanics of what it'd be like if you exerted all that strength really quickly, right?
I've been told some of the things for punching and things like that, and how you want to like engage all the different muscles and things like that. Yeah. And I've seen some people at, you know, when I was working out a lot more regularly, and they would do some pretty terrifying things, like like the whole idea of like, I don't know, deadlifting 500 pounds. It's like okay, that just is a number until you see someone doing it, and then you're like, How? And I know there's those YouTube videos of like the super, you know, like the strongmen things, and those are ridiculous too. But like seeing it in person, it's just like,
yeah, especially also you'd think, because I mean some of those guys you end up seeing their size, and it's like, oh, okay, well maybe that kind of makes sense a little bit more. But then you see people in this kind of, you know, boxing category where they've shredded off every excess amount of fat to hit their weight, you know, limit.
Yeah.
And like not go like an ounce above it, but also not go like, you know,
an
a
ounce
pound
too low,
below or what have you, because they really want to max out as much of that potential as possible. Doing things like this casually, you know, as if it's like, oh yeah, I've trained to do this 1,000 times,
right?
So it's natural for me. That's maybe where it freaks me out. Because I understand the footwork. And that was what Miyata did. Like, Miyata was the king of footwork.
Right.
Like, he would get in there knowing that because of the way your feet move, your range is going to be this, and I will counterpunch so that your punch will end right here, and mine will go through your face.
Right.
This guy is basically just like, no, I'm just going to come up within, you know, 12 to 15 inches of you. Yeah. And just be like dodging body blows by moving backwards. The
closest thing I can think to like having any kind of experience with the exhilaration of just being faster is like, you remember when we would play The Old Republic?
Right.
And there was this form of melee DPS that was like the Jedi dual wielding, you know, whatever.
Right.
And there was one that wasn't the best damage, but it would movement speed would go to the max, right?
Yeah.
And because you'd have these people that are like the snipers sitting back there, suddenly you'd be next to them and they'd be trying to like shoot you, but you'd just be running. You'd literally be running circles around them, just and then they'd knock you back and you'd go kill someone else. You know, you'd just be all over the place, and it was so much fun. I can't imagine what that would be like in real life.
Right, that's a video game.
Right, that's a video game. When someone is trying to punch you with the strength of Ippo's punches, right?
Which means they're also pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Ippo's
really quick.
Too. Right, yeah. And the idea that it's like, that you're way faster, so you can stay ahead of them, but the thing is that, but if you slow down, if you get just a little bit, like, not quite as fast, right? Then they could destroy you.
Right, which is what happened when the punch came like right up here to his forehead, to Saeki's forehead, and he just kind of had this moment of like, oh yeah,
like this is good.
I'm like, what is this, the Matrix? Like, like he's just like, what, miss me with that.
But like the human brain being like, you know, you train it to do the things, and then suddenly it's just like, I'm sure, like, because the whole idea of like him letting the punches come close, that seems like it would be a really risky thing to do, because then one misstep and suddenly boom, right? But he does this all the time, right? So this is where his brain lives, like he's comfortable here, like,
and then the idea that whereas Ippo, when he was trying to be like, oh yeah, I'll figure out how to go into dodge mode, basically, Kimura's like, hey, can you actually punch with like your spine, like, because you're what he said, basically you're like leaning on your back, so you're not really able to make any punches because you're not able to drive.
Can you punch with backbone?
Yeah, with backbone. Yeah. And Ippo's like, no, I can't do that. Yeah, you saw right through it. I can't do that. he's able to do that, but he's also kind of, like you said, living in this place where it's just erratic.
Right.
But like, in terms of like what we know of in like, at least of what I've seen, because I've never seen someone really quick. I've just seen people that are really, really strong. I've seen people with speed and reaction time, but it's more of a thing of like, they move with like the perfect timing. It's not that they move quickly with the perfect timing.
Right, whereas Saeki has both.
He has both.
Because the thing is, like, what I would imagine, given, like, and I don't really know anything about boxing, but given the bouncing and things like that and how you need to basically be moving with the balance on your feet and everything like that. Yeah. And you'd want to keep the balance even as possible so that you can move in any direction, you know, whenever you need to. But that seems like the kind of thing where eventually, if you watched people doing that enough, you'd be able to anticipate their movements, right? Because even if they're faster than you, it's still something where there's only a set number of directions that they can move, given how their body is you know, what their stance is, right?
But unfortunately, you know,
well, with Saeki, no, apparently not. Like,
well, that's that too. But I was gonna bring up the whole grasshopper analogy. There is that basically it doesn't matter because you can only punch with one fist at a time. You won't get the driving force if you somehow tried to attack from multiple directions at the same time. In boxing, it just doesn't work. You'll be slower. You won't.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work. That's why I was thinking.
From Saeki's perspective, Ippo's almost moving in slow motion. Like, not really.
Well, maybe not.
But his brain is wired enough to be able to basically say, here's where he's going to punch. Here's how I need to move. Here's how I need to move. Here's how I need to move.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to throw out an idea there that I think that the main way that Ippo wins is because he's moving like a grasshopper does. He's not actually aware of where the punches are going, in that he knows where they're not going to be, so he moves there.
Okay, sure.
Grasshoppers and basically all animals that have more of a it's something to do with their brain. Their brain is more focused on reflex than actually like conscious decision making.
Sure.
And basically, if you threw, I don't know, a stick near a rabbit and the rabbit was there, the stick's not going to hit the rabbit. But the rabbit reflexively basically perceives that something is about to enter its environment.
And it does its thing to avoid it.
Hops away to avoid it. Now, there's like a 1 in 10 or whatever chance that it's dumb and jumps the wrong way. Now, it's way less than that chance. It almost never happens. But I've been driving on the road. I think it was my mom who was driving when I was like a kid or something like that. And there's a deer that's on the side of the road. It sees the car coming by, and the deer freaks out, jumps straight into the road, right in front of the car. Now, when I was a kid, I thought that the deer was playing a game. I thought it was, because it's basically like... It's a game of chicken or something. It's like a game of chicken. It's basically like trying to tell its buddy somewhere else in the wood, like, watch this, it's going to be so cool. Yeah. I came up with some dumb reason like that. But the thing is that it's actually just that it just acted on reflex rather than conscious decision making, because it's faster to act on reflex than it is to act with that decision making process. So he's basically in the I'm always moving. I'm basically wired with electricity. Just go. And I think what's going to happen is he's going to basically figure out how to move him around the environment of the ring. Okay. So that he can try and actually capture him in a corner. Right. Well, and then once he's done that, he has to do like probably some very specific things to make sure he doesn't get out of the corner because he's extremely quick.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because there was something that I heard where basically with like flies, for instance, I've never tried this, I kind of want to, but if you have a fly on like a surface, right, and you try and hit the fly, it'll always get away pretty much, right? But that if you go to clap above the fly, the fly will detect the speed, the incoming thing, and it'll be like, nope, I need to go, and it'll go to take off, and then you'll get it, right? It'll go right into your hands.
Yeah, I don't know what it is in the air, but it's definitely like that when they're on a surface. You hit the area directly away from the surface that they're resting on, because they rarely go up and to the side immediately. They go up a lot for relatively speaking for a fly, and then they kind of
But yeah, like the way this will work, I'm really curious to see how it's going to go down, because Ippo has faced people that were hard to pin down before, right? He's faced people like that. Now, apparently they weren't quite as fast as this guy, and the fact that this guy, like even AG, wasn't able to hit him, and he wasn't really trying as hard as he could, that's pretty impressive, right?
It is really impressive, yeah.
But if Ippo does land a connection, he'll probably be able to chain that. Because just in the amount of time,
point.
like especially if they're body blows, because there's all the things that can do, with the lungs and just spazzing the body out and things like that. but it'll turn into a flurry of blows pretty quickly, and nice. That will. I don't know how Saeki will be able to hold up to that, and that's probably why Saeki gets so much fun out of it, right?
Right.
Is the idea that he's so close to being pummeled. But,
yeah. So, do you think that because he's an outboxer, he has stamina for days? Like, it won't ever even turn into a stamina match? Because
I think so.
Living on that level of speed probably takes more energy than it does for Ippo to go after him,
yes,
right?
But I think that if that was a problem for him, he wouldn't just have that as his method of boxing.
You're
anyways,
right. You're right.
Because if he's relying so much on speed, then he'd have to have the endurance to at least keep that up for a match.
I agree, yeah. So then he's an outboxer. He's going up against, Ippo, who's basically his natural, counter. He naturally counters Ippo. And he's basically Miata, but instead of using counter punches, he's basically just using insane quick footwork and movement.
I wonder if
pretty
Ippo
good.
could potentially now Saeki, I'm sure, can still hit really hard because he's this high up, right? Of course he can. But I wonder if Ippo could potentially get him by basically doing a similar thing of just dropping his guard and being like, all right, hit me. And then basically using the fact that at some point he's going to actually strike to try and get a counter in.
Oh, well, he's already struck Ippo a couple times.
Right, but on those times Ippo was trying to attack, and he would be like dodging and like hitting and doing all this stuff. So I wonder if Ippo basically set him up for an attack, if that would basically not focusing on defense at all, just assuming that he's going to get hit.
Yeah, here's an idea with that. Date, or AG, had a moment where he was in the sparring match and he punched intentionally the guy's Saeki's arm to knock it away from being able to bring it back into the guard. And in that time where his arm was up here, he had to bring it back down in order to do his movement.
Yeah.
And in that moment, like, AG was right up there in his grill, like right up in there. And I could see Ippo doing something like that where he basically takes advantage of the parts where he's actually slow. Like, let's imagine him as basically like a, like
a hummingbird
the hummingbird, yeah, just, just doing like stuff like this. But this hummingbird has punching arms. There's a point where the arm is going out, punching, and if there's any disruption on the punch, even in the slightest, even if it just hits Ippo or what have you, it still has to come back in. And in that moment, maybe he's stationary for like a tenth of a second, or a quarter second.
Right, because like when I think about the whole thing of the body blows, that's near the center of gravity. So there's going to be less rotation there, right? Which is great. So he won't be able to be quite as fast there. But his footwork is also god tier. So if with the footwork, he'd ideally want to go for body blows, and this is just speculation, not knowing anything about boxing, but he'd want to go for the body blows when he's not going to be moving his feet around as much, right?
Sure.
Which could potentially be when he's going for a strike.
Which is kind of like a Miata counterpunch.
Yeah. Because I'm guessing Saeki would want his feet to at least have some amount of, groundedness while he's striking, because otherwise there wouldn't be much power behind it.
Okay. Well, this is going to be an interesting fight. Hammer and tongs, like you said. Umezawa, though, being another...
the goodest boy.
Another goodest boy in a show full of goodest boys. And here's the thing. Like, Umezawa, like, the fact that they've just kind of segued him into this part of the story because of the last episode, I am so happy about that.
Yeah, I'm so okay with that.
It's such a good thing to have characters be in the corner of your main character, but still have their own things that they're doing and that they want. So they can have little silly moments where, like, the main character becomes aware, like, oh, right, he has things he wants too. He's giving Ippo a gift, by like an amazing gift, by giving him all this stuff, this gear. But the idea that he just puts like a little advertisement thing on his boxing shorts, his boxing trunks, the mom wouldn't have thought of that ever.
Nope.
And I don't even think she thinks of it as even like a good thing, bad thing, whatever. She's just like, oh yeah, okay.
Yep.
I mean,
and who knows? Maybe that won't, like, nothing will come of that. You know, maybe their clientele are generally like older people that aren't as interested in boxing statistically or something. Who knows? But it's still something.
Yeah. Or also, we're gonna have story kind of little mini things that happen where we'll have people go to the shop and go, "This is it. This is where he started." This is where the hero of,
this is where
whatever.
he built up the muscles for those dynamite punches. Yeah.
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 And and maybe the mom feels a little bit, pressured by it, but maybe Umezawa's like, hey, don't, no harassing here. Like,
hey, come talk through me, She's busy. Yeah.
But here's something I want to throw out there even more. Let's think about this in the long term. Umezawa wants to write his manga or draw his manga.
Yeah.
Same thing. If he's getting people coming to the shop that he works at, putting a lot of media attention on it, somehow it just gets out there. Oh, and I just happen to be doing a manga.
Well, right,
for there. I like that. He's actually thinking ahead. And while I don't know if he's actually thinking that far ahead,
right, that might not be a plan, but
yet it might be something where he goes, hey,
right, he could meet people like he could, like, someone could come through that's also a manga fan or whatever, and actually has some pull somewhere or something. I don't know,
Yeah, or at the very least, just publishers, people that have pull in terms of media distribution, and he just kind of goes, hey,
I'm writing a manga, or I've got ideas for a manga about Ippo.
Yeah. Here's
I call it Hajime no Ippo.
Here's like a chapter. It's like 20 pages or something, and they're just like, this is good stuff. I've got some people, like, I don't do this, but I know people that do this.
Yeah.
I'll get them to talk with. Yeah, that kind of stuff. It's just that it gets me excited.
Like, if they get to a point where in the anime there is actually, like, the manga actually starts, that would be hilarious. That would be so hilarious.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want when you're the creator of your story. You want to be meta and fourth wall breaking, go for it.
They could even have it. Okay, now I'm thinking like the actual manga, know? But imagine if they got to the point where they did a chapter of the actual Hajime no Ippo manga that is just
a previous
one of
chapter.
Umezawa's chapters in his manga.
That's how the manga's been going on for this long, Jacob. It's manga. We have to go deeper. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about these stories, about anime in general, or you can also talk with Jacob about his book he just published.
Yes, my sci-fi novel Battle Lines is still available for order on Amazon. The link is in the description below, so go check it out. Let people know what you think.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.